Hey 3B, I'm going to read with you Here's My Dollar today by Gary Soto. I want you to put your finger on the orange bookmark in the corner of the page where it says comprehension. This genre of this text is expository writing, which is a nonfiction writing. And this is an article that gives information about real people, places, or things. While we're reading this text, I want you to take into consideration the author's purpose. Why is the author writing this specific text? Is it to entertain? Is it to persuade? Or is it to inform the reader? Then I want you to also think about a summary of this story. In the back of your head, I want you to keep in mind the sequential details that's going on. Now, sequential means the sequence of events that are happening in the story, because I'm going to have you write a summary at the end. So put your tracker finger on the big H on how on page 227. How tall is a hero? If you have ever met 9-year-old Angela Arellano, you'd know a hero is 4 feet 2 inches tall. Angel's story began on Thanksgiving Day. She was in the kitchen listening to her great-grandmother, Sandy. The zoo has many problems, great-grandmother Sandy remarked. Angel listened. She heard that Fresno's Chaffee Zoo didn't have enough money to take care of its animals. Angel wondered what would happen to the elephants, the hippo, and her favorite reptile, the boa constrictor. Angel loved animals. She planned to study them and become a zoologist when she grew up. In their own apartment in Fresno, Angel's family had 4 cats, Buster, Crystal, Rex, and Oreo. Angel took good care of them and made sure that they always had food and water. Top of page 229. Angel felt sorry for the zoo animals. While the grown-ups were cooking Thanksgiving dinner, Angel was cooking up a way to help the animals. She decided to write a letter to show how she felt. When she finished writing, Angel showed the letter to her mom and her aunt. They changed some of the words and fixed the spelling. Then Angel copied her letter onto fancy stationery and added a slogan at the bottom. Give a dollar, save a life. She slipped a dollar into the envelope and addressed it to the Fresno Bee, the local newspaper. Now, put your finger down here on Angel's letter to the Fresno Bee. It says, Dear Fresno Bee. And if you notice in the top right-hand corner, it says Thanksgiving Day, which is where the date would be. It says, Dear Fresno Bee, my name is Angel, and I am 9. I heard that the Chaffee Zoo is having money problems. I am very worried for the animals. I am worried because they might not have enough food or water, or even might not have a home. They deserve to have a home and be safe and warm. I think that everybody in Fresno gave $1 to the Chaffee Zoo. It would help a lot. Here's my dollar. Angelica Arellano, age 9, Fresno. Give a dollar, save a life. Turn the page, page 230. Angel hoped that other people might send a dollar too. After they had read her letter, she didn't know that the zoo needed $3 million, but that wouldn't have stopped her anyhow. Angel was a girl on a mission. A week later, a man from the Fresno Bee came to take a picture of Angel. A few days after that, Angel's letter was published in the Fresno Bee. Almost immediately, people began sending in checks and dollar bills. Angel's letter was working. Page 231. At school, Angel went to each classroom to read the letter that appeared in the newspaper. She asked her schoolmates to give money to the zoo. An empty water jug was placed in each classroom and in the main office. Students and parents began to fill the jugs with coins and dollar bills. Angel's letter had touched the community of Fresno and beyond. Donations for the Chaffee Zoo began to arrive from all over California. One donation came from as far away as England. It seemed as if the whole world wanted to help the zoo. Now I want you to go over to page 230 to the newspaper clipping where it said, Child's Call to Aid the Zoo. by Jim Davis. 9-year-old Angel Arlano is sparkling a grassroots effort to help the Chaffee Zoo through its financial plight. The little girl sent a letter to the Bee and enclosed a $1 donation for the zoo. She asked others to donate as well. I just hope it will help, Angel said. I want the animals to be safe and warm and let them get fed like my letter said. Dozens have followed Angel's lead, sending the donations ranging from $1 to $1,000. A check that arrived Thursday. After just 2 days' mail, the zoo has received $5,084. And this is a text article that's from the Fresno Bee. And as you can see, that's a picture of Angel to the left. Now, we were on page 231. Please turn to page 232. The people at the Chaffee Zoo were thrilled. They invited Angel and her family to the zoo. They wanted to thank Angel in person and give her a private tour. At the zoo, Angel fed grapes to the chimpanzees. She fed the hippo and the buffalo too. In a daring mood, Angel placed a slice of apple in her mouth. She stretched her neck toward Angolia, the giraffe, who leaned its long neck down and swiped the apple from her mouth. Top of page 233. Angel went on being a regular kid for a while. Before long, she was asked to make public appearances to talk about the zoo. The zoo still needed money, and Angel was happy to help. The principal of her school drove her to other schools in the area. He was just as concerned about the zoo animals as Angel. The zoo needs your help, Angel told the other children. We can all make a difference. During these appearances, Angel autographed pieces of paper, posters, and lots of shirts and caps. When reporters interviewed her, she tried to be herself. She spoke from the heart. Top of page 234. Next, Angel was asked to appear on television. She was invited to be on a popular talk show. Angel flew from Fresno to Los Angeles. It was the first time she was ever on a plane. At the television studio, Angel entered the stage to applause and her favorite rock music. She smiled and waved. The audience was rooting for her. They were rooting for the zoo animals back in Fresno, too. More donations arrived after Angel's appearance on television. The Chaffee Zoo got larger and larger checks. One was for $10,000, another was for $15,000, and one was for $50,000. Of course, many donations were still just for $1. Children were sending in what they had, just as Angel had done on Thanksgiving Day. Everyone was behind Angel and the zoo. High school teams held car washes to raise money. Volunteers showed up at the zoo to help paint and clean up. A local business made t-shirts with a picture of the zoo on the front. The zookeepers were very happy. Ray Navarro is the person most responsible for the animals. He has hauled thousands of buckets of water for the animals. He has pushed wheelbarrows of hay for the elephants, the giraffes, and the zebras. Angel opened the eyes of Fresno, said Ray. She made us see that people can make a difference. The campaign started with a single dollar from Angel. In 6 months, the Chaffee Zoo received more than $600,000. The zoo has used some of the money to fix the pathway to the reptile house where the boa constrictor lives. It has also put in the cushioned floors in the giraffe barn, plastered the sea pole, and fixed the rainforest bridge. Buildings have been painted and repaired, too. Top of page 237. Make sure you're following along. The campaign to save the Chaffee Zoo has been exciting. People from Fresno are proud that a young girl woke up their own community spirit. The zoo is looking better and better. And even though the zoo animals can't speak human languages, if they could, they might say, "You are a hero to us, Angel Arlano. You deserve our thanks for saving our zoo." Now, on page 238, it says, here's our author, Gary Soto. I want you to take a look at that and read that yourself.